you read the title correctly. We have another KAILEY'S Kitchen recipe on our hands. Actually, if you aren't familiar with this series called KAILEY'S Kitchen, I basically just give you guys some recipes that I absolutely love in my own home and share them with you. On my Instagram, it's called Cooking with Kales, so let me know if you would rather it be called Cooking with Kales or KAILEY'S Kitchen. I can't really decide like which one I like more, so you guys can be the deciding factors in the comments down below. Let me know, please. How are we all doing? I think during these times, we all need a little dessert in our life, right? So I thought it'd be really fun because Ryan and I went blueberry picking for his birthday on Sunday. I will insert the clips right here. So nice. We social distanced, we kept our masks on. It was a beautiful day and I felt so good supporting our local farmers because I used to be in 4-H and I just know how hard farmers work for not only us to have food on our tables but to put food on their own tables. As much as I can give back, I would love to do so. So we went twice. We went the weekend before in that vlog you saw where we went strawberry picking, and then we went back to the same farm, but they have like a separate little smaller farm where they only have blueberries. So I love blueberries and it was so exciting. So we picked some of those and I thought it'd be really fun to make a blueberry crumble. I absolutely love blueberry crisp, blueberry crumble, however you want to say it. And I was thinking the other day, do I like crisps or cobbler more? And I realized like I don't think I've ever really had a cobbler. The difference between a crisp and a cobbler is the chunks of dough, I believe, on the cobbler, and the crisp is typically like an oatmeal, butter, sugar, flour, crumble topping like you would get on some of those pies. But for a cobbler, I think it's a whole different ordeal. Personally, I've always been a crisp person. I love a good crispy topping, whereas you still get a slight crisp with the cobbler. Ooh, I'm going on a crumble cobbler tangent, aren't I? Whatever. Anyways, let me know if you are a crisp or a cobbler person also in the comments below. Before we start baking, please don't forget to subscribe, like this video if you want to see more recipes from my kitchen to yours. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I post on my Instagram stories all the time. So if you are missing me and I'm not posting, which I haven't been because I have been going back to work, so filming time has definitely been limited, but I'm still gonna crank them out. I'm gonna crank them out and keep to it because I love making these videos. So I'm definitely on there if you want to see some quick snaps of my day, what I'm making, blah blah blah. And then I'm also on TikTok. Your girl loves some TikTok. If you have not downloaded TikTok already, I highly recommend it because it has been making me laugh so much, and it's just something I have been really needing in my life. Just a good hard like belly laugh where I cry, and just it makes me so happy to watch some of these TikToks. So yeah, I would appreciate if you followed any of those platforms, and I'm gonna stop talking and let's start baking. Cardinal rule is always to preheat your oven, so we're going to do that first, and we're going to set it at 350. My oven is 50 degrees off, so I set it at 300. Don't worry, it's at 350. And now I'm going to start preparing my filling. I have my fresh blueberries that I need 3 cups of. You can use any berries you want. So I kind of wanted a triple berry pie, so I used some of these frozen berries. Typically I'll use frozen berries to make any kind of dessert. It's just quick, it's easy, it's just as delicious. I happen to have fresh blueberries, but I'm going to pick out the boysenberries and actually those are blackberries, and the raspberries, and put 1/4 cup of sugar and flour into my filling mixture. And then I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of vanilla and 1/2 teaspoon of pink Himalayan sea salt, or any sea salt, or any salt, whatever you want to do, and a squeeze of a lemon. The lemon really brings out the sweetness and tanginess of your fruit, and it just adds like this really nice extra layer of flavoring. Make sure that all your berries are fully coated, and then you're going to pull this to the side as we make our crumble. Your juices in your berries are going to start really coming out because the sugar is seeping into those berries. The crumble topping that I actually make is from Colleen Ballinger's crisp recipe that I found on YouTube a really long time ago. It's not the same recipe, just the crumble topping part. You're going to use 2 cups cups of oats. I use gluten-free rolled oats and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Use rolled oats, it's very important. Then I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of nutmeg and 1.5 cups of dark brown sugar. I personally think the dark brown sugar is key because of that extra molasses in there. We're going to use 2 cups of all-purpose white flour. Honestly, whatever flour you have, just try it out. This is a great recipe for just substituting things. Obviously, you have to kind of go with a certain amount of ingredients, but if you see something that you don't have, just swap it out for something you do have. I'm going to go in here and get my butter. Isn't that such a cute little dish? I found it at Target a little bit ago. And I was like, where the heck is my butter? And I realized it fell to the ground. So we're going to pick the butter off of the ground. And you need 16 tablespoons of butter, so 2 cups worth. Now we're gonna go in with my handy dandy pastry cutter. I really love this thing. I think it just works wonders. But honestly, if you don't have a pastry cutter, just use your good old hands. It will work just as fine. When it comes to cold butter and recipes, sometimes your hands doesn't work. Like for a pie recipe, I would say you would need really cold butter. For a crumble, it's a little bit more lenient. You can have the butter be a little bit warmer. So now I'm going to create the first layer, which will create the double crust or double crumble in my recipe. Basically, it's kind of like a pie. It's just the base isn't pie crust, it's a crumble. And I just like to take a few handfuls and layer the bottom. Now, traditionally, there is no bottom layer crust in a crisp, but I personally love to mimic a pie, and I pack it all down and then add my berries on top, and it looks just like this. You see the juicy berries starting to sweat a little bit. That's because the sugar is really letting there's a certain word for it, I don't know, I'm not a chef, but it just looks delish. And now I'm going to add the actual crumble topping on top, and you kind of just crumble it over and make sure you get every nook and cranny. That is key in a good crumble. You want to get all the corners, get it all. Oh, and make sure there's no crumble left behind. Stormy knows, Stormy knows. My husband is not a fan of nuts whatsoever, so I always like to put nuts just on my side of the crumble, and then look at the layers in there. It looks so good. We're going to take it over to your preheated oven and pop it in there, and then the worst part is you have to wait. So I let it sit there for about 30 minutes. Again, depends on your oven, so definitely just wait and check it out every so often. Try not to open the oven too much, but voila, there is your juicy, crumbly crumble, all ready to go for you. Look, all the berries are mashed on the side. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, this is one of my favorite parts, is when you put your spoon into whatever dessert you made, and then you see it all come together as it comes out of the pan, and you get to see the insides. It's just very satisfying to me. I don't know why, but I think everyone can agree that food is just it's beautiful. The way it comes together at the end, it just blows my mind every time. But look in there, you see all the juicy berries. It's steaming my camera up because it's so dang hot and delicious. I use this French vanilla ice cream from Trader Joe's. I personally love ice cream on my crumble. Some people like whipped cream. I'm an ice cream kind of girl. The combination is perfection. Couch together, turn on the electric fireplace, and watch a movie. We're going to taste test this together. You gotta get the crumble, you gotta get the fruit, and you gotta get a good little scoop of that vanilla ice cream for the perfect bite. Cheers. I outdone myself. It is very, very good. Oh my gosh. This is a winner. This is a winner. It is 1000% going into my hard copy recipe book. Outstanding. This topping is super crunchy, flavorful with that cinnamon and nutmeg, and then you get that texture from, well, I put the nuts in, and the oatmeal. I use gluten-free oats, so those do have a little bit of a harder texture, which I like because it is a crisp, a crumble, which I want. And then I'm really glad I went with the raspberries and the boysenberries to make it a triple berry pie, because it would have been good just blueberries, but I really love anything triple berry. I'm in heaven. Definitely give this a try. If you end up making it, please let me know. I would love to see how yours turned out. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I can whip up another Kaylee's Kitchen recipe. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna go enjoy this with Ryan. I hope you guys have a lovely week, day, night, wherever you guys are. Hope you guys are making it super sweet. See you in my next video.